the internet was a mistake. But that's what brought me. Twitch is that platform where they have the hot tub streams, right? You know, the ones where people like write the names of people who give them money on, you know, some sort of object, or I don't know, maybe somewhere on their body, something like that. Is that correct? Yes? No. I'm wrong, huh?
Alright, okay, let's see here.
What have you done?
What have we done?
I'll show you.
Twitch is an American video live streaming service that focuses on video game live streaming, including broadcasts of esports competitions. In addition, it offers music broadcasts, creative content, and more recently, in real life, or IRL streams. It's operated by Twitch Interactive, a subsidiary of Amazon.com Incorporated. It was introduced in June of 2011 as a spin-off of the general interest streaming platform Justin TV. Content on the site can be viewed as either live or via video on demand. Now, fun fact about all that, Justin TV was the one of the first platforms created by Justin Khan, hence the name Justin.tv. Let's see here. So Justin TV was a platform that was used to stream all kinds of content. You could stream television shows on there. You could stream a lot of sports broadcasts on there. You could stream video games. You could stream whatever, pretty much anything you want that's not like disturbing or, you know, breaks TOS for that platform. You know, like, let's be sensible here. Just don't stream anything horrible on there and you were fine. Justin Khan explained that Twitch had its start as Justin TV, you know, a startup founded in 2005. 2005. That's so long ago, right? When he was studying for a physics and psychology degree at Yale, his first company was this Kiko Software, was an online calendar that predated Google's calendar efforts. So this man's first endeavor was a calendar, and he was like, hey, why don't I make this website where people can stream things during a time where streaming was not the norm. It was not very common. Yes, actually, I believe Ustream was around during that time. No, Ustream was founded in 2007. So yeah, streaming was not a big thing back then in 2005. And this man single-handedly created a platform that allowed him to give people who had video cameras, of course, the ability to stream some sort of content. Usually this was used to stream like TV shows, stream sports broadcasts, to stream anything other than someone just like sitting in front of the camera like selling themselves, because the concept of you selling yourself was not normal, you know? But bring that up to bring up the fact that Twitch is a very, very important platform that goes hand in hand with the internet itself these days, you know? And so Twitch has affected how many things operate on the internet now, right? So Twitch actually started off as the gaming section for Justin TV, or the replacement of the gaming section for Justin TV, which, by the way, Justin TV is my first endeavor with streaming, with viewing streams, because they had the Toonami Aftermath podcast, the Toonami Aftermath stream, which was a stream of people being a part of this community of people who miss Toonami. You know, Toonami was gone for several years, and so old Toonami broadcasts were saved by someone and then streamed on Justin.tv. And so I was a part of a community of many people who would just show up there and view the stream. It was 24 hours. It was just literally like reoccurring, you know, like what is the word for this? Anyways, it was a stream, 24 hours of Toonami content. You know, it would just repeat itself over and over again throughout the days. You know, it had all the old promos, all the intros of the shows, you know, and it had a set schedule. And then on certain days, Fridays, I believe, it had a movie broadcast. You know, sometimes they would broadcast movies that have riff tracks behind them. Sometimes, you know, there were movies that were on Toonami, like Dragon Ball Z movies, or the Sailor Moon movie, or the Gundam Wing movie, Endless Waltz, you know, stuff like that, right? It's very interesting. Justin TV brought people together to do things like that, you know, have small communities just watching Toonami, right? People, you know, interacting with each other, talking about the shows that they're watching on Toonami. Or there was a gaming section where you could see other people broadcasting video games, and you could just interact with whoever's broadcasting the video game. That gaming section evolved into the now very well-known platform, Twitch. During its transition, you would literally go to Justin TV, you would go to the gaming section, and it would redirect you to Twitch. Eventually, Justin TV itself turned into the Twitch platform, but Twitch did start off as like a strictly gaming platform, right? I know a lot of older people who interacted with Twitch know that there was actually a point in time where you had to stream video games. Like, you couldn't there was no just chatting section, there was no IRL section, there was nothing like that. It was only video games. So you couldn't do any sort of hot tub streams, you couldn't do any pool streams, barbecue streams, you know, whatever. There was no stream of you sitting down and just interacting with the chat. You had to be playing a video game, right? That's why you had situations like this clip.
Wave strikes. Pop, 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 pop. You never see him wind up, throw everything into it. It's almost always like that. Just
I blocked it. Come on now. Stop it.
pop to the body. Pop to the body again. Although his mouth wide open now.
Yeah. Come on.
So what happened was Max Holloway lured him into a
of a dude who pretended to play a UFC game while he was watching a live UFC event, and I was convinced, amen, that that worked. So I wanted to talk about the impact that Twitch has had on the world because of the internet, and the impact that it continues to have on the world, mostly because of the fact that it's been brought up recently because of Bill Mayer.
You think someone 80 is hopeless because they can't use an iPhone? Maybe the one who's hopeless is the one who can't stop using it. You think I'm out of it because I'm not on Twitch? Well, maybe I get Twitch, but I just think people watching other people play video games is a waste of fucking time.
A man who is very opinionated saying that Twitch is a waste of time, right? So you have a certain number of people in the community and or in the world who are just like Bill Mayer, and they don't really understand what Twitch is because of the fact that Twitch Twitch doesn't precede them. What's the opposite of precede here? Or am I using that word right? Yeah, it doesn't. Anyways, Twitch comes after their time period, basically. You know, when they were younger, they didn't have any platform of streaming. They didn't have any platform of like watching other people play video games. The most you had to that is like going to a friend's place and watching them play video games. Video games also weren't popular back then, so let's start with gaming and how Twitch has done so much to bring gaming into the forefront of society right now. So Twitch as a platform, you know, was very, very small. A lot of people from Justin TV, you know, migrated to Twitch, and they're like, hey, I can stream myself playing video games. So some of those people just continued to stream the way they normally did. They got, you know, a few more viewers, and the platform got advertised a lot more. And then YouTubers actually started using Twitch to stream themselves playing their video games as well, so that they could do, you know, Let's Plays, which were pretty popular back then, which were primarily YouTube series where someone is playing a video game, maybe playing with some friends, and they're all providing a commentary while playing the game. You know, it was there was always a community of people who play video games, a community of people who enjoy video games, even people who didn't play video games a lot, but enjoyed watching others play video games. You know, there's a community of people who just backseat game, all of that, right? Twitch allowed more and more people to share their love of gaming, and then it got bought by Amazon. And Amazon, if you don't know, is a company that rules the world now. So say hello, my Amazon overrulers, as some would say. Amazon is a company that provides you pretty much anything that you want. Hey, did you want some sort of knickknack for your home? Sure. Did you want like 2 crates of like potato chips? Sure. Did you want to buy the new iPhone? Did you want to buy the new iPad? Did you want to buy the new Android phone? Did you want to buy a Google Pixel? Amazon's got all of that for you. It's even got video games. Yeah, so Twitch provided a platform for kids, for example, to show up and just interact with people who play games in a way that's entertaining for them, whether it be like pro gamers, whether it be casual gamers, whatever. You could like show up and just interact with people and hang out, and it became like a very fun thing. It's a very fun thing to do now. Some people don't understand that because they, you know, the concept of like watching someone else do something instead of you doing it is like foreign to some people. That's fine. The whole Bill Maher thing sparked tons and tons of people making videos of like, look at this boomer guy saying his boomer guy things. Oh my god! But ultimately, I don't really care too much about his opinion on things like that. This is the same man who thinks that like comic books are only for nerds now, even though Iron Man is like one of the most known figures ever. Like, it's interesting. But going back to the whole Twitch thing and its effect on the internet. Twitch was primarily for games. They had admins that would show up in streams and say, hey, you're not playing a video game. What are you doing? And eventually they noticed that some people just wanted to interact with, with their fans or interact with a community of other people about certain things. Just sit and talk. Have a situation like this where it's like you're just listening to me ramble about some random thing about why why the internet was a mistake. Whatever, right? So eventually Twitch added the IRL section, which became the just chatting section, where if you wanted to just stream yourself talking about things, if you wanted to stream yourself giving commentary on things, you could do that, and that was fine. That was completely warranted. It was completely accepted, and that's one of the most popular sections of Twitch now, because now you have a whole meta of people who show up to Twitch to just commentate on certain things. You have reaction streamers who, instead of making YouTube videos of themselves reacting to things, they just get on Twitch and they're like, hey, let's watch some shit. It's always very, very interesting to see that stuff, right? Top streamers like Hassan, Pokimane, the list goes on, right? Mizkif, XUC, all of them use the just chatting section now to just interact with people, and they have thousands of people watching them, which is allowing Amazon to make tons and tons of money off of Twitch because of ad revenue, because of all these things, right? Twitch has become a platform that is not just about video games. It has even seeped into music, right? Which is where I want to go over my first point about the mistake part. So, I have a situation on Twitch where Twitch allows musical artists to have their own Twitch account, stream themselves playing music, stream themselves creating music, and in the context of like some producers like create music, stream themselves having music related shows like Complex, where they either interview like musical artists, or they talk about certain news in music, they talk about things like that, right? People are allowed to play music while they're on streams. You have all of this like structure built so that musical artists can like build a brand through Twitch now. Logic, for example, is a very, very popular artist who uses Twitch. I believe the lead singer / guitarist of Trivium has recently been using Twitch a lot more to stream like their like jam sessions, to stream I believe some shows, things like that. You have tons of artists who are just on Twitch like in their homes playing music, and because of 2020 that became very, very powerful for musical artists, because they could like put out their content at home and it was watchable, it was it was still entertaining, you could still absorb whatever that content was. Because of things like that, you have was it Charlie XC? Oh my god, I can never say her name right. Charlie XCX, sorry. Her having an entire album that was created while she was at home during the quarantine, and that is something that the Twitch generation has like brought on when it comes to music. But Twitch has a huge problem with the owners of the music that's being played, the music that's being produced, all of that, because a lot of like record labels are now, they're peeping game right now. They see that Twitch is the way to go. That's where you need to like build your brand. That's where you need to like build a fan base. That's where you can make a lot of money, right? So now they see, hey, I don't want XQC to play the new, the new St. John album without paying me some money. So Twitch, where's my money? So then they make these DMCA claims, and Twitch has to deal with it by either deleting the content, muting the content, banning the streamer, all these other like crazy things that involve creating an algorithm that's being run by a bot that's, you know, obviously not human, so it can't take in the nuance of these situations of, yes, I am playing this music while I'm, you know, while I'm streaming. I'm playing this music while I'm playing video games. You know, I'm playing this music while I'm doing whatever, but I'm not doing this so that I could take away from the artist, right? In fact, I could promote the artist through the stream, but record label just says, "Give me the money, please." What are you doing? Like, I don't care about all that. Give me money now. You're playing my music, right? Give me money. You didn't buy that album, or maybe you did. Who cares? Money, please. And they have a whole situation of Twitch having to figure out how to deal with that, and their initial response is, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you play this music, our bot is going to catch it, and then our bot is just going to mute it, or you could get banned. That's counterproductive for the platform, right? Like, you want to bring more people into your platform to feel comfortable, because the ability to feel very, very comfortable with the platform is the reason why they're here in the first place. You know, you just want to like sit there and chill, and you want to chill with other people through the internet, which is a good thing about the internet and a bad thing about the internet, but that's another episode, right? So even with the music aspect of Twitch, you have a situation that's very, very tumultuous, and like it's very, very nuanced right now, because the internet is still, you know, evolving. The platform is still evolving. So now they have to figure out how to play nice with these record labels so that everyone gets a share of what's owed to them, so to speak, right? Personally, I think since Twitch makes a lot of money out of ad revenue, there could also be a way for there to be some sort of like ad revenue tied to music, you know? Like, hey, the new Logic album is out. Logic, you know, and Twitch could partner so that Logic could like play the album or stream the album or whatever. Or like you could like stream the album with XUC or, you know, Ninja or Ludwig or whoever is like top at the time. And then, you know, that would promote the music in a way where people want to go to Twitch and say, yeah, hey, this is my favorite streamer. Oh, that's what they're playing. Oh, that song is pretty dope. I think I'll go out and buy it, you know? Hopefully the platform can come to some sort of agreement where they can have something like that in play, so that people don't lose their brand, lose their platforms, you know, lose their accounts, you know, get into trouble with these record companies or record labels because of the fact that they just want to like promote shit, you know, or because they just want to jam out to their favorite song. Because now people have to find non-copyrighted music in order to avoid a DMCA claim. Or some people just don't care, honestly. They just play whatever they want, and then they just deal with the consequences later. If you're a smaller streamer, you can kind of get away with that, because no one's really looking out on your platform besides a bot, and the bot would have, like, these bots have to go through, like, you know, hours and hours and hours of content daily to find like a little piece that says, hey, this belongs to Tower Records, this belongs to Atlantic, you know, like whatever, right? So yeah, that's the musical aspect of that. Video game wise, Twitch is still pretty good. You know, Twitch is still a great platform to go to watch your favorites play video games. Everybody loves video games. Yeah, you have some like more toxic things, like people who show up just to like talk shit to someone about the way they play games, or, you know, like harassment against women who play games, harassment against certain like minorities who play video games, and Twitch tries to appeal to everyone, but it's very odd the way they do that, which Twitch. I've mentioned on other platforms, including the Cloud.wave podcast. It's very, very hard to deal with that because there's always going to be like problem child in any community ever. But Twitch is now seen as like a company that tries to like overcorrect these things. And it's an interesting discourse. Like there's a whole situation of the blind playthrough tag being taken away from Twitch because they said that this is ableist because of like blind people who happen to play video games, because there are blind people who do play video games, and some of them may stream, some of them may not, you know. So they went through, I guess, some sort of complaints that they received about that particular tag. In general, from what I've seen, it's not seen as this is absolutely offensive to blind people or, you know, any disabled community or anything like that. Like people, there were more people who were outraged that Twitch was just like, what? Like Twitch was like, yeah, we're gonna get rid of this to avoid problems, which, whatever, right? Twitch right now is still the #1 platform to watch someone else play video games, and still the #1 platform to interact with other people who are playing video games or, you know, doing anything. Like there are some news platforms that use Twitch now as well, because that is the wave. You know, this is the platform where you're really going to get a lot of recognition, and I think a lot of that comes from Amazon owning Twitch and having the ability to pump a lot of money into Twitch so that Twitch can be advertised a lot more. Twitch having a lot of other things, right? Video games wise, esports. Another thing that's on the rise right now is esports, right? And the internet is 100% responsible for this, because esports is all about competitive video games, right? And, you know, some people say competitive video games, that's not a sport, that's not football, that's not, you know, hockey, that's not soccer, like that's not physically demanding. It is, but not in the same way, right? So some people take the sports part of esports as like an argument for some semantics, but whatever, you know, we're not here to talk about that. Esports have become a lot more popular because of Twitch being able to stream a lot of these situations, right? Like, let's take the fighting game community, for example. Evo Moment 37. Daigo versus Justin Wong. The parry heard round the world. You know, people who don't know anything about fighting games have seen this situation and understand that this is hype. You know, think about how much more hype it would have been if they had like a stream of that whole situation. Like a professional stream of that match with, you know, proper lighting and everything, right? Now you can offer that to people because Twitch is like, hey, there's the CPT event is happening right now, so if you want to see Daigo versus Justin Wong, you can see it right now in Street Fighter 5. There you go. So through having events like that, and then also having sponsors for certain esports events or esports organizations, also like, you know, partnering up with Twitch, you know, everybody can make money a certain way, right? And people who just want to be entertained by this content can actually go to a platform and view it, you know, whenever they see fit, because Twitch has archives that you can go through of like older tournaments. You know, Twitch has streams of these tournaments as they happen. I think one recent event that's very popular is AT&T sponsors this event where they actually have an invitational of top Twitch streamers who play a certain number of video games, different games on different days, like Halo, Counter-Strike, MK11, which was the interesting and maybe the most viral one out of all of them. So think of like, let's say 20 streamers who stream like just chatting stuff, who stream commentary stuff, who stream themselves playing like, you know, Valorant or Apex, you know, streamers who a lot of them have not played a fighting game ever, and then saying, hey, you're going to be a part of this competition where the winner could get $100,000. And so now you got to play MK11 against each other. One of the most fascinating tournaments to see, because these are not pros playing this game. Some of, you know, allegedly some of these people got coached by pros, they got tips from pros, but they themselves are not pros. They're playing this game in a competition for money. And casual viewers will see this and understand that pro players are not just like someone who just picks up a controller and mashes. You know, they understand that there's a lot of time and effort that goes into like becoming good at these games. And entertainingly enough, you get to see all of the like mid to low level strats that work in mid to low level matches against people.
That seems, but I feel so useless. Damn it. I can't do anything. Shit. I know it's supposed to be fun. I get it. I shouldn't be crying, but I really can't do anything. This sucks. How do I get out of this, dude? I guess I have to just block. Oh gosh. Oh.
Such as, you know, finding one button with one character that's really good, and this being a button or a move that people can't deal with. The viral thing was one player was told that Shiva Stomp is ridiculous. You know, it has certain properties to it where you can adjust the height and you know, like basically you can make it so that like she can stay in the air longer, or the distance that she goes, you know, whatever, to make it like a real like guessable like situation, like a 50-50 type of situation where they really have to be like, I don't know what's going to happen next, so I have to figure out how to deal with it. But this is not something you can just block, right? So you had several people getting frustrated because they didn't know how to deal with this one move, where as a pro player, you have to understand how to deal with that move, because that will be a problem for you and anyone else if you don't understand how to deal with it, right? So these people who've never played the game, dealing with this and seeing how their brains work to, you know, deal with this, because, you know, 9 times out of 10 you're like, I could just block it, and it's like, oh, I can't. Okay, maybe I can hit it. Oh, I can't, or I have to do it a certain like I have to time this a certain way, like I have like a 1 frame window to hit this, you know, like that sort of thing. Fascinating.
The only way you beat this is if you actually know how to play, and I'm pretty sure only 2 people know how to play this game. The entire Mortal Kombat 11 community is gonna revolt against you. Bro, this is just working smarter, not harder, honestly. I do feel a little bad.
Thank you, Twitch, for providing that to us. Now, flip side of it. why was this tournament only for like top streamers on Twitch? You know, why couldn't this be like something given to the community that really dedicates themselves to that game? And like, why couldn't AT&T like give the money to that community that dedicates themselves to that game? You know, like, why wouldn't Twitch be like, hey, why don't we have an invitational of MK players, mid to high level MK players, and then they compete for, you know, this amount of money or whatever? Because to my understanding, I think the last place person still got money, and I think it was like $1,000 or something like that, but that's still a good amount of money, right? So you have situations where now you have to figure out who should be getting this money from this sponsor who wants to run this event for this video game. You know, what's the most entertaining what's the most amount of entertainment they can get from this situation? Like, do they want a tournament that's entertaining, that will rope in a lot of viewers, which would be, you know, people who are watching these top streamers, or do they want it to be like a very, very what's the word for it? Like pro event, you know, like a very, very I don't want to say honorable, but like, you know, something that's like that does justice to the community that dedicates their time to this video game, right? Like, you wouldn't want to see like two babies run in a foot race, right? like that sort of idea. But I digress. You know, Twitch did what they needed to do to get the bag. AT&T said, hey, you know, it's not just about MK11. There are other games too, which I believe a lot of those games were also games where there are certain people who like had never played them, like Counter-Strike and stuff. And then you had some who were pros, like I think Shroud was very good at Halo and stuff like that, right? Interesting stuff. The last thing I want to really harp on is the just chatting section and what, like, the hustle that spawned from this, because now Twitch as a platform allows you to follow people, right? But you can also subscribe to them. Subscribing to someone costs a certain amount of money. I believe it's about like $5 or $6 for each sub that you have. And you can also gift subs to people, so you can pay so that someone else is subscribed to this other person's channel for, you know, a month, or, you know, 3 months, or however long you want to pay for. And this is where a lot of streamers will get their money from Twitch. It's between ad revenue, subs, and donations. So now you have a meta where Twitch has a lot of like borderline 18 plus content on it, because sex sells, you know. So yeah, you have there was a whole stigma of booba streamers, which were top heavy streamers who wore like revealing shirts so that they can get the attention of people who are horny people. They just want, like, all of this boils down to tactics that bring horny people over onto the platform to support you and then spend their money on you, right? Which there's a little website called booba.tv, which is a website that's dedicated to showing all of the booby streamers live at that moment, and, you know, how many viewers they have, etc. Which, get your coin however you want. You know, I support getting your coin however you want, as long as it's legal and as long as no one's getting hurt. You can do what you want. But yeah, so stumbled upon this bio for a streamer by the name of Chicken Wing Candy, and this is everything you really need to know about this meta and how it works. She says, no, I don't have an OnlyFans. No, I'm not making one. no, I would not have viewers if I wasn't attractive. This was proven by 2 failed channels over 2-ish years in which the visual was focused upon gameplay rather than me. Blame yourself and your buddies for what you create and enjoy the show. Smiley face. At the time that I took a screenshot of this bio, this streamer, she has 46.2k followers. I mean, it's all laid out for you right there, right? Like you got to do what you got to do to survive on the platform. If you want to keep, like, people are now turning Twitch into a job, right? And your only way of really succeeding is to keep the attention of people who are brought to the platform. And so this idea of like appealing to horny people is fruitful for a lot of streamers because of the fact that the horniness is going to make you make a lot of questionable decisions. And so because of that, there's a whole like side of Twitch that's dedicated to streamers who promote their OnlyFans content, who do these hot tub streams, which are becoming popular now, which is getting a lot of discourse about like whether or not it should be allowed, or Twitch should have like an NSFW section or like an 18+ section, which I don't think it should, because that would not be great. But the argument is also that there are like a lot of kids that are brought over to Twitch because of the fact that, you know, games like Fortnite and Minecraft are very, very popular, and they're popular amongst kids, you know? I know I'm not playing those games, but those games are very, very popular, and they're aimed at kids. Like, their design is for children, especially like Fortnite, you know, like Fortnite's got this very, very like vibrant color scheme that you see, and you know, that's aimed at kids. That's not for adults, but like adults play the game, you know, of course, but yeah, it's all aimed to bring in kids. And then of course Fortnite has things like the Battle Pass, which is aimed at kids being like, Mom and Dad, I need to spend $50 on this Battle Pass so that I can get the you know, Ryu and Wolverine skins and Chun-Li. Like, come on, like, I've got to do it right now. It lasts until next week, and then it's gone forever. I've got to buy this right now. You know, whatever, right? So the interesting thing about Twitch and the Just Chatting section is that you have that whole section of popular streamers who appeal to horny people. You have a section of popular streamers who appeal to a certain political base. Like, you have left-wing streamers, you have right-wing streamers, you have people who are in between. All kinds of political commentators are on there. You have people who host debates with these political commentators. Some will invite more problematic, or I guess more like not respectful commentators to be on the platform, and people who, you know, they won't agree with, so that, you know, some sort of like a drama happens, so that, you know, you see someone calling someone like terms that they shouldn't be called, you know. So but yeah, this is all things that people get rewarded for because they're making more money, because more people are coming to the platform. And now it becomes a situation where you have to question whether or not this is right, whether or not, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, like, what can Twitch do to prevent these kind of situations from being rewarded. And it's a mess, you know, like, it's a huge mess. And hopefully Twitch finds a way to address this without becoming like ridiculous and like banning people for saying certain things and stuff like that, right? Because Twitch has had problems with banning people for very, very minor or mistaken offenses, like For example, you've got a streamer, Code Miko, I believe is how you say her name. But this is a woman who's programmed a, I think, I feel like VTuber. Like VTuber is the wrong term for what she's doing here, but she's programmed this thing that she uses where it's a mocap. Like she has like the mocap outfit on, and it captures her. Well, her voice is coming through her mic, whatever, right? But what's being streamed is this animation of this character, and all of her movements are being captured, and the character is showing all of these movements that she's doing, whatever, right? And it's really like fascinating the way that works, right? But she's caught a few bans from Twitch because of like bots or algorithms having problems with this character and like its mannerisms and stuff, and it's all very, very weird and questionable, right? Some people have gotten banned. One famous ban that sticks in my head is a foreign streamer who, he speaks English, and he speaks a language from the country he's from. I don't remember which one, but because of the fact that he's not from the States, he has an accent, which is fine. When he's speaking English, he has an accent, and so there are certain words that he says that sound like they are, words that are banned, words that are not accepted on Twitch, and because of that, he got banned because an algorithm made a mistake that he was saying something he was not supposed to be saying, and you have to like figure these things out. But as things get more and more automated, you have these situations happen more and more because, again, a bot doesn't have the ability to figure out the nuance between someone with an accent saying something like this. So yeah, what can you do, right? But Twitch has affected the internet in such an interesting way, and all of these new conversations spark all of these fascinating ideas between what's right, what's wrong, what's moral, what's not. Like, is this a proper way to make money? Like, is this a real career path, or is this a waste of time, as some other people may say? But so this is me yet again, the man, the myth, the fraudulent one, here with an episode of The Internet Was a Mistake. Don't forget to like, comment, how you feel about all this stuff, and subscribe for more content, because I will always try to be more and more consistent with this stuff. Thanks.